Back at Daytona International Speedway at the inaugural running of the Daytona 250, we are under a red flag situation after a 9-vehicle crash on the tri-oval involving Geoffrey Bodine, and the most serious element of the crash. We're waiting for word from medical officials and NASCAR officials on Geoffrey's condition. We will certainly not speculate. It was a horrific crash. Now, this is just a few seconds ago. There, look at Jeff. He's moving his arms. That is the best news we could give you. He's moving that bag, and so Geoffrey is alert, at least, and conscious and able to move. I don't know about you guys, but I'm breathing a little bit better right now.
Well, me too. That was a horrific looking wreck, but what a testament to the safety of these vehicles. Unbelievable, isn't it, Bang?
I'm telling you, folks, this is just about as bad a crash in the stock cars you'll ever see in your life. The truck just disintegrated, pieces going every place, but the roll cage stayed intact. Where the driver sits stayed intact and bounced across the racetrack.
Now, we want to show you just how much it came apart. That is the motor, and there is the place where it ended up, and then this is about 250 to 300 feet back to where what's left of the truck. Now, there was contact with the catch fence, and that is the damage that is there. We do not know if there are any injuries to any spectators in the stands.
But obviously, this fence will have to be repaired before NASCAR will allow these trucks to continue this race.
Meanwhile, all the other competitors, and you see another angle of the work being done on the catch fence in the tri-oval. The other competitors are stopped far from pit lane. No work allowed during a red flag situation. We're going to take another commercial break. We'll be back, and we'll try and get some more information. As soon as it is given to us, we'll pass it along to you here at Daytona. Dave, you've got more from pit lane?
Lonnie Rush is here, guys, and he's giving the story right now. Lonnie, what did you see from your standpoint?
We were coming pretty hard into turn through the tri-oval, and the 46 car got turned sideways, and then there was so much smoke I couldn't see anything. I checked up, and everything turned loose.
Did you ever tap the brakes, or did you just let off the accelerator and hang on?
I was hitting brakes, trying to downshift everything I could do, and then it just started spinning. That's all I can tell you.
And how are you right now?
Oh, I'm fine. I just hope Geoff Bodine's okay. Everybody else in the infield care center seems to be awake and alert, and they're just getting their normal checkups.
Okay, that's a story from Lonnie Rush. He was involved in that melee, guys.
Let's go back down to Dave Burns.
Yeah, Marty, I've caught up with Lyndon Amick now, and Lyndon had a very fast truck out there, but everything broke loose. What happened?
Yeah, I had a run and was down the inside, and felt like I got hit in the right rear. Of course, I hadn't seen the replay, but you know, once I got turned, and I think everybody checked up, and there was a big wreck. I got spun around and saw Bodine flipping, and then got hit again and went down to the inside, and that was kind of the end of my ride. But it's really tough out there. You know, these trucks really suck up fast. You really got to use your head and use hand signals and stuff. So it's a tough situation. I need to thank Penda, my sponsor, and Ken Schrader for giving me the opportunity, and obviously good Lord for keeping me safe. I'll be back to race again. That's the main thing.
So when you got tapped from behind, right then there was clear racetrack, nothing going on in front of you. It pretty much precipitated from you getting knocked in the back end?
That's what I remember. You know, I just remember getting hit, and then I was trying to catch it, and I went straight into the wall, and then I got hit a couple times and turned around, and I don't know what happened above me or around me. I just know that I got hit. I felt like I got hit in the rear.
All right, doctors let you go. How do you feel?
Well, I'm real sore. I got some nice marks on my neck, but I'll take that any day to come back and race here.
All right, Lyndon Amick, we'll be back another day, guys.
Dave, you've caught up with Rob Morgan?
Yeah, Marty, and Rob is another guy who was up at the front of this thing. Clear track in front of you. What happened?
I think we were 3 wide through the tri-oval, and I got tapped in the rear, and I think went up into Lyndon. I'm not sure. Got into him and then came back across the track, and I guess it was just a chain reaction after that.
I mean, did you have a chance to even step on any pedals or even do anything, or just grab steering wheel and hang on?
No, it was just grab your steering wheel. I mean, it got tapped, set the truck sideways, and I was along for the ride.
What do you think about, I mean, the way that you were driving 3 wide through the tri-oval? Were the trucks stable, and was it just a matter of getting a bit squirrely, or what?
I think at that point in time, it wasn't a smart thing to do. I think there's no reason we should have been 3 wide, and I don't really know how it all unfolded. I sure as heck didn't want to be in the middle. I know that. I don't know. I mean, the trucks they're stable, but when you do things that maybe you shouldn't be doing, you're going to get caught up in something like that.
Well, let me ask you this. With the way that they suck up in the draft, is it just too tough not to go out and pass somebody and to make it 3 wide? I mean, is it really tough to tell yourself to check up and not make that pass?
I think it's just one of those things you got to have patience. I mean, you had like 30 laps, 40 laps left, and still a long race, and a lot of time left. And as well as these trucks draft and pull up on somebody, I mean, do it on the back straightaway. There's no reason to be going 3 wide. I don't know.
Okay, guys, maybe a better place to race the trucks in terms of really racing them than on the front straightaway in the tri-oval.
Dave Burns has caught up with B.A. Wilson, I believe. Dave, you got him?
Yeah, Marty, we talked to guys who were at the front of the pack, and Jimmy Hensley, who was coming from a restart, got involved as well. Lyndon Amick, you were kind of in the middle of all this. Who were you racing with at that time?
Well, B.A. Wilson.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at you, B.A., and I'm not saying your name right, but where were you in the pack at that time?
You know, I was pretty much in the middle of it there. I don't know what actually caused the wreck at first, but I seen the 46 come back across the racetrack and a kind of a fireball, and then a tire and wheel hit me right in the windshield, and I guess it might have been off the 15, and as I kind of went by, I was still going pretty fast. As I went by, the 15 was up in the air, you know, right beside me and all that, and I know it's a bad wreck. We just hope everybody's okay. I'm okay, and we tore up a truck, but just glad to get out okay.
So, I mean, you had belt strap sores or anything like that, or you okay all over?
No, actually, I just hit stuff pretty straight with the truck. It just kind of nothing real hard, so I'm just real happy. I just hope everybody else will get out. We were having a pretty decent run. It just ended in a bad day for everybody.
What in the world is it like to have a tire come at the windshield like that?
You know, you don't have time to think about it, but actually I thought it was fixing to come in. It rolled the windshield back pretty far in the A-post, but I think what it ended up getting was the vent bar that comes up there, the roof bar, to hold it from coming out of there, or it might have been a bad day.
And you guys talked about the safety of the cage, and B.A. Wilson knows firsthand.
And now Dave has caught up with another of the drivers that's just been released, Jimmy Hensley.
And I'm with Jimmy Hensley now. And Jimmy, where were you? Who were you racing with when this whole thing started?
Well, actually, it was on a restart, and they put me at the rear of the field. I thought I got my lap back, you know, when we raced back to the caution, but NASCAR didn't think I did. So anyway, they put me at the longest line. And I kind of was up against the wall, you know, had momentum going, and was clicking off some trucks there, and all the melee started.
Could you see it?
Well, I could see smoke and stuff flying through the air, but I mean, the chance of me stopping was pretty slim. So we just kind of bounced off some things and got on through really, you know, and just rolled down the infield and stopped. Okay. But we okay. I mean, I'm not hurt. Hope all the other guys is okay.
Jimmy Hensley's okay, guys.
Well, let's give you the update once again in case you're just tuning in. Geoffrey Bodine is the most seriously injured of the drivers. He has been transported to Halifax Medical Center. The official report from NASCAR is that he was semi-conscious. We did see him move his arms as they were loading him into the ambulance and on his way to the medical center. BP, it was just a horrific crash. We're going to keep our thoughts and prayers with Geoffrey, but we're waiting to see if there was any of the spectators that may have been injured as well with the flying debris, and so far no report on that we want to emphasize.
Well, there's been no report of anyone injured other than Geoffrey Bodine. And, you know, we keep talking about that we're going to see a race like it used to be, you know, drafting like it used to be, and crashes like we just saw. Folks, that's the way it used to be. We talked about Richard Petty in 1988, come off turn 4, and there must have been 10, 12 cars involved in that. That was on Daytona 500. I know because I was involved in that crash, run across some debris and knocked my car out of the race. But, you know, what we're seeing today is like it used to be.
But Ray, you mentioned that this was not something that it was caused by the contact. It was not something that was, you know, a speed issue per se.
No, it was not aerodynamic. You know, the truck hit the other truck, it went up in the air, got on top of the fence. We've seen accidents like that before, but thank God they've got those big steel cables.
Let's get down to Dave Burns. Dave?
And Glenn Johnson's going to tell us now the update on Geoffrey.
Just to give you an update on Geoffrey Bodine, as we said earlier, he was transported directly. He was awake, alert, and talking as he got to Halifax Medical Center. It is apparent that he has probable, at this point in time, ankle injuries and one wrist injury. At this point in time, that's all the information we have. I will continue to provide you with updates, but he is awake and alert at the hospital.
Glenn, do you have any information at all on the situation in the grandstands at this point?
I do not. They're trying to check on that for me right now, and we should have something very shortly on that one.
They didn't transport to the hospital directly, or?
I think there has been a couple transported, but I'm not sure of numbers and or seriousness of injuries at this time, but I will get that information and get it back to everybody very shortly.
Thanks, Glenn.